Guys, we're nearing the end of January, thank God, because this month feels like it's never gonna end. Look, things have been a little bit dry on the sneaker release front, but I'm happy to report that we've got a lot to look forward to pretty much as soon as we hit February. There's definitely a few gems left for the end of this month, and we'll get into all of that, but first, of course, I gotta know what happened to you guys. Did you manage to get some of these sneakers? Let's start off with, I believe, just a UK drop for now, and that is the Jordan 5 Aqua. Currently, they're hanging out, still in stock on the Nike Sneakers app. As you can see, a lot of the bigger sizes are sold out, which definitely shows that people are interested in this pair of sneakers. And look, they still got my size, so let me know if you want to see me pick these things up and I can bring them on the channel. Another UK release, I don't even know if this one is dropping out in the US, but I definitely want to get my hands on this one. This is the Nike Dunk Low Year of the Rabbit. These things flew. Next one, I don't even know where these dropped. This is the Pharrell Adidas NMD S1 Mob. Apparently they dropped yesterday. I don't remember seeing them. Maybe this was a US thing, I don't know, let me know down in the comments. Now for you guys out in the US, you got the New Balance 9060 Bricks and Wood collaboration. These are supposed to be dropping here in the UK or the EU relatively soon. And then finally the Montreal Bagel Nike Dunk Low, and they are sitting pretty much everywhere here in the UK. They dropped on a bunch of different retailers and they all sat. But for you guys out in the US, I saw people camping out in Canada. I saw a lot of people talking about this pair of shoes. So yeah, what do you think of it? Did you manage to get it? All right, that's it for the recap. Any other ones that I forgot to mention, feel free to let me know down in the comments. We need to get into this upcoming stuff, starting off with one that's right around the corner, the Union AJKO. We have spoke about this one a few times, but the really interesting thing is there's supposed to be two colorways, and we've mainly only seen this one. This colorway that you're most familiar with is all over canvas, and it has the interchangeable Nike swooshes. However, there's a leather version, which is this one here. I'm sure maybe even some of you guys have not even seen this pair. Get the special packaging, and also on this leather version, you've got a different color Nike swoosh. In fact, it comes with the darker blue color. Now in the box, you also get green, which is a nice little change up considering this is pretty much an all over like gray and white pair of Jordan 1 AJKOs. It's nice to have a little bit of a color pop on the Nike swoosh, so it's cool that they included green. They are set to drop January the 27th. I believe it's going to be the regular Nike Sneakers app, a bunch of different retailers. Let me know down in the comments which version you prefer, the leather or the canvas. Right, another big release, which is creeping up on us. February is right around the corner. This bad boy right here, the Jordan 1 High 85 black and white or Panda. February the 15th is the release date, and as you can see, we've got crispy official images. I think this one is going to be a pretty big release, considering you hardly ever see Jordan 1 85s. Like, we've had only a couple releases over the past few years. And obviously, this being the Panda or the black and white version, it's super versatile, super wearable, and it's a Jordan 1 High. I will say that historically speaking, Jordan 1 High 85s are pretty limited, so don't expect this to be a walk in the park. These things will sell out, and they probably will end up reselling for a decent amount. All right, we've also got official images and a new release update for you guys of the Sachs general purpose shoe Field Brown. This is one that I think we spoke about last week, and the general rumor was that these were going to be dropping on February the 5th. However, the update is that now we have official images, and we also have the release date, actually February the 4th. Not too much of a change, but if you are after this shoe, you do want to make sure that you get the release date right. Let me know what you think of the brown colorway though, and I'm sure we're going to see plenty more Sachs general purpose shoes later on in the year. Right, a very interesting one, which I do want to get your guys' opinion on, because I can see Nike pushing this shoe pretty heavily this year. Take a look at this. So this is a new Nike Terminator in the low cut form. This low version got me thinking, like, could this actually do well? This colorway looks like it's going to be the first one, traditional Michigan colors, which we've seen on different dunks in the past. This Terminator low in the Michigan colors is going to be dropping 2023 at some point. These are official images, so I can see this popping up relatively soon. A pair of shoes that popped up, which I thought was very interesting. So this is the all-over foam Nike ISPA Universal. Now look, we're currently deep into the trenches of the foam shoe trend. Like, there's a bunch of different brands all coming up with their version of a one-piece foam sneaker. And the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this pair of shoes was like bone or like ceramic. Reminded me heavily of the Keto Wears Jag Foam Runner shoe. If this one doesn't quite get you going, how about this one, which is definitely a lot more crazy just given this pattern. Now, both of these colors are set to drop this year in the springtime. We don't have a specific month, but just expect more foam shoes from Nike. New Balance making waves again with another upcoming sneaker model. Take a look at this. This is the upcoming New Balance 580. This is one of their heritage models that they're bringing back, and this looks to be like the first colorway we're gonna get of this 580 model. It's a vintage green, white, it's very yellow looking sailed midsole. I don't think this looks bad whatsoever. It's going to be dropping at some point this year. You can expect this to be the launch colorway, and as soon as we get more details, I will share that with you guys. Right, here's a big one for you guys. So every year Jordan Brand does the whole Jordan 11 release for the holiday season. Guess what's coming in for holiday this year? It's the DMP Jordan 11. So what you're looking at here is the 2006 release, so this is not what's supposed to be releasing this year. Now, you can expect this one to be a smash hit. From what I can gather from the leaks and rumors, it's supposed to be true to the original, pretty much look exactly like what you're looking at here, but we don't have any images of the pair of shoes. We just have the color code, which is white, black, metallic gold. You can kind of expect the release, historically speaking, to be around December time. Another massive piece of news. This is what's supposed to be dropping holiday 2023, the Nike Kobe 6 Reverse Grinch. This is the pair of sneakers right here, which has been worn in the past, I believe in 2021, by Anthony Davis and PJ Tucker. And we haven't had a release of this one, so a lot of people were wondering when that was coming. Well, apparently it is this holiday season. I don't actually have any images of the pair that's supposed to be dropping this year, but again, like a lot of these leaks and rumors, we will be getting images pretty soon. I mean, there's been a lot of news on Nike and Kobe, and I think they've got some big plans for this year, and I'm potentially going to retro a bunch of different models, but for now, I'm going to leave you with that one, and we can just wait and see what is to come, but it's looking pretty good, especially for Nike and Kobe fans. All right, another pretty big sneaker release that is coming for this year. Again, basketball fans, you're probably gonna love this one. Take a look at this right here. Apparently, LeBron's Nike Air Zoom Generation Purple Suede PE is releasing in 2023. So apparently this is gonna be part of Nike's celebration of their 20th anniversary with LeBron James and their sneaker line. And the Nike Air Zoom Generation Purple Suede was one that LeBron has worn, but it's never had a retail release. Now, apparently that release date is sometime in spring 2023. We don't have an exact month. All right, we've got some brand new, fresh, on-foot looks at the upcoming Air Jordan 2 Cool Gray. This is a pair of sneakers that we saw a couple leaked images of, but now we've got it on foot, and it's definitely a pretty solid colorway in terms of the Jordan 2. I think the gray works really well with the light blue, the laces, and then all of the accent colors. I think that combination is a banger. This very well might be one of my favorite Jordan 2s that's set to drop this year. I may be wrong. I can't remember. There might be a couple others, but certainly when I'm seeing these things on foot, I am liking the look of them. Now, in terms of release date, these are set to drop on May the 4th this year. Moving over to some dunks, which I feel like should have dropped last year. I almost feel like I've seen these things before, but apparently I haven't. Take a look at this. This is the Nike Dunk Low Vintage Team Red. So it has the somewhat different sock liner. It's a kind of a completely different material. The upper is like almost cracked or wrinkled style patent leather. They are supposed to be dropping at some point this year, no specific release date. Another pair of dunks, Nike Dunk High Silver Swoosh. Pretty standard. It's all over white and light gray, but the swoosh is almost like a silver suede material. These should be dropping spring 2023. Speaking of vintage style sneakers, Adidas is bringing back this bad boy right here. This is the Adidas Rivalry High, and it is set to return next month. Now, man, these things just give me retro vibes so freaking heavily. Like everything from all of, obviously, the sale aspects to it, even all of the logos. If you're into vintage style, aged looking sneakers, retro style sneakers, this is pretty cool. Personally, it's not for me, but these should be dropping on February the 17th. And the big one, guys, this is going to be one of the biggest sneaker releases for 2023, and we've got official images. We've got a release date. Everything is set to go ahead. Take a look at this, the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Olive. So this image right here is of, I think, preschool and toddler size, but from what we can see here, all of the leaks and rumors are pretty much bang on. This is what you're going to be getting, and some of the more interesting things I thought about this pair of sneakers were some of the extras. So like if I scroll down here, you can see the insoles of the shoes look very, very interesting, very similar to what they did on the Black Phantoms. I really liked that aspect of having all of the graphics on the insoles. I know you're not going to see them that often, but it's pretty cool just to look at. Here's a look at the box, very similar to the reverse mochas in terms of color. And then you can also take a look at the laces that are going to come included on this pair of sneakers. You've got the olive green, you've got a pair of black laces, I believe a sail pair, and a red pair. So in terms of release date, if you guys didn't know, these are going to be dropping on March the 25th. And as we know, when it comes to Travis Scott releases, I don't need to tell you these things are going to be damn near impossible to get your hands on. This is also going to be the final Jordan 1 low that Travis Scott and Jordan Brand are going to be doing. After this one, Travis Scott is going off to do different Jordan models. The question is, are these better than reverse mochas? We've got some early in-hand looks at the upcoming Nike JA Day 1. This, of course, being the brand new upcoming Ja Morant signature sneaker. Now, these have got to be one of the most highly anticipated basketball sneakers ever since Ja Morant has been wearing them and giving them to kids. The hype for these things has been off the charts. So this, I believe, is going to be the first colorway, even though we've seen him playing in some other ones. It's going to be dropping on April the 1st. Let's hope that's not an April Fool's joke. All right, this next one I wanted to add in because I just thought this is insane. Take a look at this here, and yes, what the hell are you looking at? This is the Butter and Reebok collaboration for this wild 3D printed shoe. Now, from the looks of it, I mean, it kind of looks like it's freaking made of ceramic or glass or something like that. It looks very, very difficult to walk in, at least. Oh yeah, and it looks just as crazy on foot. Apparently, these things are going to release at some point in fall or winter time. I definitely would like to see what these things are like. I can't imagine they're incredibly comfortable, but yeah, just wanted to show you guys this one. Let's keep it moving. Anybody who's into super comfortable sneakers, the Nike Pegasus 40 is expected to debut this summer. Now, from the looks of it, not much has changed, but the Pegasus line has been very, very popular for Nike just because it's an incredible all-day sneaker. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a heads up about this one. No specific release date, just at some point this summer. Adidas is actually doing something pretty interesting. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Adidas collaboration on the Adi 2000. Now, what I thought was so interesting about this collaboration is that it's actually really well done. For an Adidas collaboration, they really put a lot of effort into it. As you can see, the box looks incredible. The details on the pair of shoes look really, really good. And one of the most interesting things about this pair of shoes is that every single pair comes with a limited edition co-branded Yu-Gi-Oh! Card. And the craziest thing is I've seen a couple people post about how early pairs on eBay with this card have been reselling for an insane amount. And I think that has to do with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card itself being in super high demand and obviously extremely limited. Even just potentially Yu-Gi-Oh! Collectors that just want to buy that card, they're like, screw the pair of shoes, I just want this card. Never ends up happening. I'm sure these are going to sell out just based off of the current resale value that some of these pairs have been selling at. January 26th is the date. All right, we've got some good news and some bad news. So take a look at this here. This is the Nike SB Air Jordan 4 collaboration that we have kind of talked about. We've taken a look at a couple different versions, couple different mock-ups of this pair of shoes. The bad news is, at least in my opinion, is the fact that it's pretty much confirmed now that it is going to have this gum outsole. We saw some mock-ups without the gum outsole and I preferred that, but it's not a deal breaker. It's just something I would have preferred to be just white, I guess, or green. Either way, take a look at this. This is pretty much what it's going to look like. It's got some red in it as well, which is something that we didn't see from some of the other early mock-ups. And the air bubble is going to have that infrared or just red look to it. It's going to have the Nike SB branding on the heel tab, and the good news is that we have a release date now. It is going to be dropping March 20th. All right, let's take a quick look at a pair of upcoming Jordan 1s. This is the women's Air Jordan 1 washed pink. So the guys, I assume, are getting that washed gray color, which we took a look at last week, and this washed pink one is for the ladies. Generally speaking, looks pretty cool. I'm not mad at this one whatsoever. In terms of release date, these are going to be dropping April the 22nd. Now, this one's pretty massive, especially I assume for a lot of people in the UK. Nike and Corteiz are going to be collaborating this year. There's not too much that we know about this collaboration. All we know is that Clint teased it in London. You can see this is the Nike store, and above that is this, I guess, light that's shined on the building with the Corteiz logo and the Nike logo. But yeah, like I said, we don't have much information on it just yet. All we know is that these two are going to be coming together and creating something this year. As soon as we get any more leaks and rumors of this, what they're going to drop, I will keep you guys up to date. Comme des Garçons is doing what they do best, creating some monochromatic sneakers. This time they're teaming up with New Balance on the 1906R. They've got two colorways as per usual when it comes to CDG. A white and black pair, as you can see on the left here, and then an all-over black pair. Now these should be dropping at some point fall winter 2023. We don't know the exact date. Fear of God is cooking up another collaboration. Jerry Lorenzo just working with everybody he can except for Adidas, which I think a lot of people are waiting on. This time Jerry Lorenzo cooked up a new pair of Birks. This is the Fear of God Birkenstock Los Feliz. There's going to be a bunch of different colorways. Fear of God has already announced this pair. It is on their website and it should be dropping, I believe, January the 25th. All right, final story for today. today, and this one's pretty crazy. So you remember the Zday Kicks story that went down? Basically, he was like a sneaker reseller that was huge and then went bankrupt. Well, guess what? That's kind of happened again, but this time with SchmittyKicks.com. That's right, so we just got news that SchmittyKicks files for bankruptcy and owes customers and banks over $18 million. According to the paperwork filed this week, the online sneaker reseller owes creditors $18.4 million while having assets of just $808. This man has only $800 but owes 18 mil. In total, 661 parties are listed as creditors that range in debts as small as $212 to nearly $6 million to the payment processor Stripe. Now, personally, I've never heard of SchmittyKicks, but the thing is, I never heard of Zday Kicks until that all went down. So let me know if you guys are familiar with this sneaker reseller, this sneaker company, I guess. From what I can gather, this is another one of those things where they're selling a lot of pre-orders of sneakers, so they're taking your money without actually having the sneakers in hand. Yeah, this is really putting another bad knock into sneaker reselling and all of these pre-order companies. I think people are going to be very, very cautious about this in the future. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Thank you so much for coming through, hanging out for yet again another video. Thank you for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I'll catch you guys in the next one, but until then.